Welcome back to Surge Sports Network. Today, I'm Jonathan Gurley alongside Hunter Cornejo and Taylor Ladwig. Today, we're going to be talking about the players that we think will be traded at the MLB trade deadline. Hunter, starting with you, I know you're very vocal about this. Who do you think will be traded?
Sadly, the Cubs they still can't decide when the rebuild's going to be over, so they're going to trade an NL Cy Young, like in contention, Marcus Stroman. Stroman's had arguably the best year of his career, had a no hitter a few weeks ago through 7 innings, or through 6 innings. It got broken up on a bloop 60-mile-per-hour single
Mm,
from Wander Franco. Strowman's just been great. He's great for the city of Chicago. Chicago's desperately needed a fan favorite
mm.
after the entire World Series team has been shipped out of town, and Strowman's that guy. But for whatever reason, the Cubs can't keep a player when there's value there, so they're going to move on from him this deadline, unfortunately.
As a Cubs fan, I like Stroman. Ian Happ's my fan favorite. I hope we don't trade Ian Happ, but we just signed him to a long term deal. Regardless, my take, okay, I think Aroldis Chapman of the Royals been pitching fantastically, especially at the start of the season. I think he goes to the Rangers specifically. I think that is exactly what the Rangers need is a closer that is going to be able to shut down games whenever they need it. If the Rangers with their lineup that they have right now, along with their starting pitching, gets a guy like Aroldis Chapman at the deadline who's been lights out since he's been to Kansas City, I think that is the turning point that the Rangers need in order to become a real World Series contender.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Breaking news here in baseball. Without even completing a full season, the Houston Astros have DFA first baseman Jose Abreu.
Wow, this is big. The Astros already moving on from Jose Abreu. This brings a lot of ramifications to that lineup. Does this put him in line for a first baseman maybe at the deadline? And Jose Abreu, as bad as he's been this year, immediately becomes the top target in free agency.
Yeah, my destination for Jose Abreu is actually back to the Windy City. Just this time around, the north side, the Cubs. That's one of their positions of need. Possibly, Abreu was rumored this offseason to be in talks with the Cubs. The Cubs were definitely interested in the former MVP, and maybe it's the change of scenery that he needs, going back to kind of a sort of a home. He can move back into his old place for sure. Just on the other side of the town.
Look, Jose Abreu he's old. I do not believe in the prospect of Jose Abreu being a top tier first baseman. Plus, we just brought up Matt Mervis. We have Eric Hosmer, who wasn't honestly that bad. Look, Jose Abreu is yeah, honestly, Jose Abreu has been worse than not Matt Mervis, but he's been worse than Eric Hosmer. Matt Mervis, I think, turns it around. But Jose Abreu, I mean, shocker, right? He gets cut. The Astros they have a lineup that's kind of been wishy-washy. I mean, some players go on streaks. Like Kyle Tucker's been 0 for his last 10. Like they're just a streaky lineup, and Jose Abreu doesn't bring the consistency that he used to anymore. And that's really what the Astros need. So cutting Jose Abreu, who's been streaky this season and just really been awful in general, you don't need that on your team. A team that's been streaky, a team that needs a guy that's just going to be consistent, like a Yuli Gurriel was. But I don't believe in Jose Abreu, and as a Cubs fan, I don't want him on the north side. Send him back to the south side.
That is all for today on Surge Sports Network. I am Jonathan Gurley alongside Taylor Ladwig and Hunter Cornejo. Thank you.